have three groups of numbers. In this one, we're looking at differences of m and n that are congruent mod 3. So this set here, they're x's and y's such that the difference between m and n is 3. These are x's and y's such that the difference between m and n is 9. As we would expect, in this case, x is congruent to 0 mod 3. That is, x will be divisible by 3 if the difference between m and n is divisible by 3. That makes perfect sense. Alright, if the difference between m and n is 1 and 7, and also 13 and 19, any difference that is congruent to 1 mod 3. Any difference that is congruent to 1 mod 3. Then what we see is we don't quite get that exactly same situation, but each one of x or y is divisible by 3 each time. The first x and y pairing, it's x that's divisible by 3. The second one, it's y that's divisible by 3. The third one, x is divisible by 3. And we see that the 1 difference and the 7 difference behaves exactly the same, which we would expect the numbers 1 and 7 being congruent mod 3. But here's what I've found of note. In this column, I'm looking at n mod 3. So the first n I had was 1 mod 3 being 1. The next was 2 mod 3 being 2. The next was 3 mod 3 being 0. If I look at the parity of that number, that is the parity of n mod 3, when the parity is odd, it is x that's divisible by 3. When the parity is even, it is y that is divisible by 3. Parity odd, x divisible by 3. Parity even, y is divisible by 3. Alright, lastly, difference of 5 and 11. That is, if the difference between n and m is congruent to 2 mod 3. Well, again, one of these each time is divisible by 3. You see a 0 in each case in one of the columns. This time the predictor was m mod 3. So these are looking at the m mod 3's, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Here I'm looking at the parity of m mod 3. When m mod 3 is even, it is y that's divisible by 3. When it's odd, it is x that's divisible by 3. Both of these even, you see y divisible by 3. Odd, x divisible by 3. Even, y divisible by 3. My big takeaway from this is that Gauss and Fermat could have done a whole lot with Excel.